Well, hello there. Today we are going to talk about a book called The Vile Thing We Created by Robert Ottone. Ottone? Ottone? I'm not sure how to say it. I'm gonna go with Ottone. He runs Spooky House Press, and I've read several books put out by that indie publishing company, and I've really liked him. And so you can imagine that I would be very curious when the guy in charge of it put out his own book. He has other books as well, which I didn't know that before, but now I do. So I was like, I want to check this out and see what it's all about. So I got a digital ARC. It's about this couple, Lola and Ian, and Lola's a baker, and they're kind of cool, and Ian wears Joy Division t-shirts and likes cool music, and they're like this hip couple, and they don't have any kids, but all their friends have kids. Because of this, Lola and Ian, well, they don't get invited to anything anymore because I guess their friends just assume since they don't have kids, they probably don't want to hang out. And so it's what happens when they decide, maybe we should have a kid. And they talk about it and reasons for doing it and whatnot. And so they decide, maybe they'll try and have a kid. What's the worst that could happen, right? Right? Lola goes through her pregnancy and seems to have quite a few complications, and it's a rough pregnancy on her. Honestly, she just wants to get this thing out of her by the time it's time to deliver. And they have this kid, which is a boy named Jonesy. Jonesy comes into their life. And Jonesy is a strange child. Strange stuff seems to happen around him. It happened around the pregnancy and around this kid. Lola and Ian also have these weird, what they think are dreams, or maybe hallucinatory things where they keep seeing this strange creature. I'm gonna leave it at that. And then Ian's mom was very old-fashioned and kind of racist. Lola is a black woman and Ian is white. I don't think I mentioned that. So his mom was very racist. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, when they have this kid, Dana, the mom, is coming around and being all helpful, and she's making clothing and blankets for the kid. And she keeps putting this mysterious symbol on all the kids' clothing, which she also put on her son's when he was growing up. And so there's all this weird stuff with this weird, maybe creature that Ian and Lola have seen. And then the mom coming back into their lives after being very much removed, because she seemed kind of horrible. So she's all playing nicey nice, and that seems super suspicious. And so that's all, that's the gist of what's going on in this story. And it gets super crazy. It's dark and eerie. You have the dynamics of the relationship, which if you've ever been in a long-term relationship or you're married, how the relationship is in the beginning and then how a child affects that, and just with other stuff going on just outside of even having just a kid, just the messed up stuff that starts happening and affecting Ian and Lola's relationship and how they're handling it and dealing with it, which is not always the greatest. But this book, it sucked me right in and it had me riveted. I really enjoyed the characters. I love really weird, creepy stories. So when there's weird esoteric stuff happening, yes, I love that. So that was right in my wheelhouse. The premise, as I said, it sounded somewhat interesting, but it absolutely blew me away and blew me out of the water. It far surpassed what I even thought it would possibly be. I do like the trope of the evil child or what have you, or the somewhat weird kid with psychic phenomena happening around them. This book was absolutely killer. It's a page turner. It's weird. It's super creepy. You get the relationship dynamics, you get the family dynamics, and just how when weird stuff happens, how people react. Just a weird, upside down, liminal, strange story. If you are a fan of horror books, the next video coming up will be for another horror book, so stick around, check it out. And if you had fun hanging out today, hit that subscribe button, come back, see me again, and we'll talk about more bookish things and weird stuff.